What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are doing well today. As always, welcome to the Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I hope you're having a good day today. It is a bright and early Monday morning for me over here in Thailand. I hope you guys are having fun wherever you are, whether it's morning, noon, or night. As always, coming to you with the most based facts this side of, well, anywhere. And it's good to be back here and do it live. Yes, this is actually a live, not a premiere. I see you in the chat. I see you D-Gens complaining. So it's good to be here and hang out with you guys live. We'll talk a little bit about, other topics, but we're going to focus today mainly, the bulk will be on the Disney discrimination lawsuit. But I know you guys will have some other comments. Obviously we'll touch upon the absolute garbage fest that is the Dial of Destiny show, and we'll see who's around. Maybe I'll invite some folks to pop on a little later if they're happen to be awake and happen to be around. But good to see everybody in the chat. Let me also say right off the gate, welcome Not K to the RPG, the best membership program on YouTube, and there's still going to be exclusive content here on my channel coming out all the time, stuff that's just for members and only for members. So appreciate that. You also have access to all the replays of the old stuff that is members only, so make sure you catch all of that. And welcome to RPG. Check out the emojis too. We also got to get new emojis. I'm going to be updating my emojis for some Disney emojis, so don't you worry. Don't you worry. But good to see everybody in the house here today, particularly the RPG members. I see Danielle. I see, who else is up in here? We got Not K. We got a lot of people up in the chat here today. Patrick, what's going on? Good to see you guys hanging out. Ted Park, Bass Player, 2011 IFY. Good to see all my cool members up in here in the chat. So yeah, there's a lot that's been going on. Obviously, a lot of fails for Disney that have happened, a lot of things that are upcoming. I am really waiting with bated breath on the failures in the lawsuit, because those are going to come in within the next, I think, 30 days. There's going to be a ruling in the federal and the state case. So that's going to be absolutely glorious when we get one of those motions to dismiss back. Disney's not going to be happy. And the mainstream media is not going to cover this favorably or even honestly. So that's why I'm excited to still be on this. Of course, I am going to cover other topics. I am going to have a standalone video coming out on affirmative action. We're going to talk about that. I'll talk a little bit about student loans. Actually, we can even talk about that today. So don't worry, I am covering stuff like that. And a little bit of OceanGate follow-up as well. A third-party interview on behalf of the client says, do you know who the plaintiff is? Well, yeah, I have the lawsuit, so we have, we do have we do have the plaintiffs, right? Now, there's more than one plaintiff, but I mean, we can look up exactly who that is. So I'm going to look up this employee right now, because you've got their information. So obviously we can see their LinkedIn. We can see their LinkedIn, which I'm not sure they wanted to leave up. I'm not sure they wanted to leave up, but yeah, we'll have that pulled up right quick. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into all the details today. As always, this is the Legal Mindset. We go deeper. We don't just talk about, hey, this is what it says on its face, or this is how much they're suing for. No. We want to look at what the broader cause is, what the broader issues are, and also not just what the context for Disney, because Disney sets the industry standard. So Disney is, you got to understand, as we're going through this, understand Disney is at the tip of the woke sphere. Spear, not sphere. I just woke up, guys. It's 9:17 a.m. over here. So they're at the tip of the sphere. A lot of companies that are these kind of woke ESG virtue signaling companies are following their lead. And so what you have to understand is all the companies that are saying, oh, we're going to try to be the best for women. We're going to do the best for minorities. We're going to do the best for the LGBTQA++ XYZ. They are all saying this, right? They're all saying this. And who do they copy? Disney. Disney is at the tip of ESG. They have one of the highest ESG ratings out there. So people look at them to virtue signal, but guess what? Even if you do all that bending of the knee, even if you virtue signal, you will still get sued in modern America. What they are learning and what we already knew is that when you appease these insane people, they will never be happy. They will never be happy. You can never pay them enough. You can never give them enough safe spaces. You can never give them enough community action groups. They will never be happy, ever. Just understand that. All right, let's get to some of these other super chats. Yeah, and I am sounding hoarse today, guys. I'm a little bit sick. It's been that way for the last couple days. I got caught in the rain here, and I just didn't have an umbrella. So after that, I just have not been feeling great. So I am a little bit hoarse, so I do apologize for that, guys. But hey, that just shows commitment to craft. Who else is going to come at you and do it no matter how they feel? Me. So yeah, we'll get into the plaintiff. Don't worry about that. Max Mira says, "Oh, haro, why? You need a riddle mermaid emoji." Oh, we'll get one. I guess we'll get a black little mermaid and a redhead little mermaid. Fat Steven, welcome as a new member. Appreciate you. A new member of the RPG, the replay gig, and thank you for gifting five legal mindset memberships. That is incredibly based. Incredibly fat Stephen pilled of you. So appreciate that, brother. And I will actually, because you're a homeboy here, I will send you an invite later. So if you want to jump on and say hi a little bit later, like let's say, in like maybe 45 minutes, 30 minutes, feel free after I get through running through the complaint. I sent you over the invite so you can jump on and we can have a little chit chat afterwards. So appreciate you, brother. 2012 Jameson says, imminent threat case and Trump incitement issue. Okay, I'm going to be real with you because this is legal mindset and I don't give you bullshit. It's not legal, right? We're not here to blow smoke up your ass. This is raw from the tap. And I have not looked closely at the Trump documents yet. I will look at them, okay? I'm going to do that. It's going to be a busy week, but I'm going to look at the Trump stuff and we'll get into that. And I do plan on covering that. Either here or perhaps I may do that with my good friend Ben on Bangkok Bros. Maybe we'll talk about that over there. That could be interesting as well. Maybe next Sunday. We'll talk about that one. But we'll see. But I will get into that. I have not done enough research on that. So appreciate that. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Tank Rat, member of the BLM, who says, wow, caught a legal mindset live stream. And because of that, Tank Rat dropped in the chat 20 memberships. So thank you so much, Tank Rat. I'm going to put that out there. Let me just paste this here so I can show it and highlight it. So Tank Rat has been with me for 1 full year, hanging out in the BLM and gifting 20 memberships. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you caught alive. I'm going to try to do this week at least 2 lives this week. So this is number 1 on Monday. So another one probably will be closer to the end of the week. So maybe like Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Live stream, probably Thursday or Friday live stream. So look out for those. So there will be at least one more. And of course, I'll have videos every day, often new content, actually always new content coming out for you on the regular. So appreciate y'all. Appreciate all of y'all. Yeah, gifted memberships are a really cool thing. They let other people get access to the emojis, get access to the replays. So if you want to do something nice for people, it's really helpful. Hunch says the cough is due to weather and not ladyboys. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I see you. That's a members chat from Hunch the Dirty Roofer, who has been a member for 4 months. Yes, I see you, bro. I see you. Also, big shout out to everybody who's over here on Locals. Everybody who's joining over there. We got my people Sleazy, C3 Metal, Danielle, 3 Beers, Kim Ripley, Jim Satala, good to see you over here on Locals. I do have the Locals pulled up. Those who want to know that and join over there, I've got it pulled up over here. So for all you DGens, for all you people who want to hang out in the Locals chat, we'll have it over here. And if you guys send a message in Locals, I will cover that. I got you. Homeboys got you here. But yeah, we're going to jump right into it with this Disney equity suit. So what's at stake here for Disney? Okay, $300 million. So $300 million is what's in question here today. And I think that's always where you should kind of start. Like, what are they asking for? What do they want? $300 million. And not just because they're discriminating against one person, but allegedly because this is a class action lawsuit and they're discriminating against multiple people, multiple women. This is lots of women are being got by this. So Disney is potentially in trouble for a systematic discrimination. And I know what you guys are thinking, 300 million. Disney doesn't have 300 million. That's right. They don't. They would have to borrow that money. They would have to borrow that money to settle this case. Aren't things going lovely for Disney? This is why Disney is getting screwed in the box office, in the boardroom, and in the courtroom. Disney is absolutely getting owned right now. And if any plaintiffs are smart, they will kick Disney while they're down. This is a time when Disney has to capitulate because they don't have the resources to fight. They cannot fight. So I think it's a time when people are smelling blood in the water. You guys are killing me in the chat. You guys are killing me in the chat. But yeah, good to see everybody checking in on all the platforms. But yeah, I mean, a lot of you are saying, "Hey, let it burn, let it burn." Look, this is what they asked for. This is a situation they wanted. They brought these woke employees in, these entitled employees in, and guess what? They're now suing them because they have this woke entitlement attitude. This is what you want. This is what you get. Deha says, Disney proved the bottom line is more important than virtue signaling with mass firings of woke ESPN analysts. Oh yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the day, it's all about keeping those wages, keeping that pay as low as possible. It really is. But they're pretending it's about caring about their employees. It's about, we gotta make sure everybody's taken care of. Nope. They do not care. Very much appreciated their Deha. So, over here, let's start with this lawsuit here. So we got it pulled up. Here is the lawsuit. Now, this is the version with the deadline tramp stamp. I specifically call out deadline because these bastards, they always put on a tramp stamp on public documents. These are public documents. You can pull them from the court of California. I was just pulling it up quickly and didn't want to have to go through the search process, being kind of lazy this morning. So pulled it up on deadline. But they got no right. They got no proprietary right to this information. This is all public. However, you can still see, regardless of the little tramp stamp, we can see who the plaintiff is. The plaintiff is LaRonda Rasmussen versus the Walt Disney Company. So I guess somebody asked me, are we going to look at the plaintiff? And they wanted me to look up the plaintiff. So here is LaRonda. Let's check out LaRonda over here. She is a manager of product development at the Walt Disney Company in Los Angeles, California. She went to CSUN, California State University, Northridge, CSUN. I dated a girl who went to that school. Persian girl, very attractive. But, you know, it's California, so they got that lefty mindset. So let's look at her. Self-starter. Look at this. Self-starter demonstrates constant follow-on through projects and deliverables. Highly trustworthy and ethical decision maker. Look at that. Team player. So I guess she files a class action suit because she's a team player, right? That's what team players do. Team players sue their employees. Works well with, oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at her LinkedIn. Diverse departments and personalities. Guys, if you're looking at someone's LinkedIn, if you're an employer and you're looking to hire somebody and they say they work well with diverse departments, that's a no. That's a hard no. Flexible to change, straightforward communicator. Boom, boom. Specialties, agile, product owner, Rally, Kanban, SAP, SAP BW, Cognos, Excel, Word, Viso, Outlook. Ooh, she can use Outlook. I've heard that Gen Z has trouble even with Outlook and like Excel and Word. It's very sad. But this is the plaintiff. This is your Karen, if you will. So this is the girl that's suing for sexual discrimination. So here's the overview. And we are not going to go through all of this. We're going to hit what's important here in this complaint. Because part of being a lawyer is knowing what's kind of the standard BS and what's actually important. Some of this is just going through the elements to certify a class, going through the elements to prove the basic statement of a case. But we're going to hit the high notes in terms of what are they throwing out there? What are they accusing Disney of? And how does this relate not just to Disney, but to other corporations and how far they have fallen? But before we jump in here, let's catch up on these super chats because I'm not Valiant Renegade. I actually catch up here. Pilgrim Media says, just isolate over 100 minute customers. You get it. Okay, yeah. There we go. Lefty Lulz, what's going on? Kyle Brogue, good to see you, brother. Just started my own channel and just want to thank you for all your content entertainment for the past few years. Still loving the replays and thank you for inspiring. So guys, go check out, I will say it now since he's super chatting, go check out Lefty Lulz. Go check out his channel, his new channel here. You know, some of the best free advertising you do is super chatting. So I will say right now, Kyle Brogue has been a bro to this channel, has been around for a while. So check out Lefty Lulz, give it a chance, give it a shot, go over there and see if you like it. And if you like it, like and subscribe. If you don't like it, just maybe throw on one like, right? At least do one like. But yeah, go over there and check that out for a friend of the channel. Tagrat says, this is why you don't overreach as a company. Disney deserves this. And with debt spend mentality that the feds pushed on everybody, yes. A smart company would borrow within their time, within their limits, instead of going on a wild buying everything spree. Yeah, exactly, for sure. And here's the thing. They're addicted to ESG money. Now that they're on the dole, now that they're taking the ESG money, they cannot stop taking it. So now, once you get it, it's like kind of a drug addiction, right? Like once you take that bump, you're gonna end up like Requiem for a Dream, either losing an arm or going ass to ass, you know, in a seedy joint, if you know what I'm talking about. Great movie, by the way, Requiem for a Dream. If you haven't seen Requiem for a Dream, definitely check that out. Old movie, but good one. 2012 Jameson says, Barnes can help with Trump. And I have done research, so hit me up if you want. I'll be happy to help. Have to prepare for a case. Okay, cool. I'll maybe message you. You can send over some docs, and then I'll see if I can message Barnes to get him on. Barnes is a great guy, and he's been a homie. I hope I get him on, or maybe Viva. You know, either one to talk about it. Those would be good people to collab with that on. Rabid1 says, LaRonda is a German Shepherd. Yes, absolutely. Drex would be very, 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 very proud. Very, very proud of her German Shepherdness. I mean, you can see it. When you go back here and you look at this, you're like, all right, yeah. She's exactly as advertised. Exactly as advertised. Over here, we got a $5 tip from C3 Metal who says, it's hot in California. Can you please take off the suit jacket? It will help me feel cooler. That the stripping is for locals only. So if you want to see that, that's on locals only, my friends. She could use a better photo. It's very true. It's very, very true. All right. So let's continue here. going through this. Once again, we're going to hit the highlights. We're not going to go through every case. We're not pull those all up. But these are all stuff that they feel like sets the baseline, particularly in California. Remember, this is a California case. So California has an Equal Pay Act, okay? So they have, states can go above and beyond federal law. So part of this case, and part of why I love these cases, is they are very California specific. So specifically, they are a higher standard. Employees have more protections, i.e. rights to sue for frivolous bullshit in California. This is why you risk so much starting a company as a business owner. Get the hell out of California. I can't say it enough. I can't say it enough. Ooh, let me stop and get this one real quick. So Vibe AI says, hey, just shouting out in memory of a friend. He was a game streamer named Zoo. Here's to him. Cheers, bro. Hey, cheers. Good memories to your friend, and, cheers to him. As I'm still feeling under the weather here, guys, not drinking any alcohol, but I will have my booze streams back. Don't you guys worry. Those will be back shortly. Soon enough. Soon enough. But yeah, condolences and appreciate you, Vibe AI. Very good friend of the channel, Vibe AI. Go check out Vibe AI's channel as well. Awesome dude. All right, let's continue here. So here is the claim, and I want to really zoom in here on where they're going with this, okay? You gotta put this out here. This is what they're leading with. So understand, these delusional people think that it is systematic. And this is the word you want to really pay attention to in everything. In modern America, whether it's corporate, whether it's politics, systematic. So when they say Disney systematically pays women in California less than men, they're trying. When you guys think of systematic, what do you guys think of? What do you guys think of? So you probably think of, with systematic, you probably think they literally have a bunch of guys in a room, right? Smoking cigars, right? And they're sitting there smoking cigars, and they're like, she's got a vagina. Let's pay her 50% less. Hey, Bob, we're not supposed to call it vagina anymore. We're supposed to call it bonus hole. Oh, okay, well, she's a bonus hole haver and a birthing person. Let's dock her pay. Smoke cigars. Next. That's what they imagine. That's what you imagine. And you imagine it's a significant thing. Like men are getting paid 200%, 300%, 400% more than women. You imagine that it's this wild difference. You're going to see in this lawsuit how big the actual distance is. The actual pay gap, which, by the way, if you guys don't know, the pay gap has been debunked for decades. Thomas Sowell debunked that. I think even in the 80s he had debunked that, even in the 70s when they first started talking about that. This thing has been debunked for decades. But they still are going to rely upon that in what's called a disparate impact analysis. Now, in case you don't know, disparate impact is not when there is direct animus. So here they're saying systematic. So your little lizard brain thinks systematic means dark, smoky room. No, they're actually arguing disparate impact. So all this means is that the result is discriminatory. It does not require specific discriminatory intent. This is where we're at, particularly in California, with these type of lawsuits. Also, my friends, this is the type of thought that is behind a lot of other gender discrimination lawsuits, including ones by based waifus like Sydney Watson. I covered the Sydney Watson lawsuit, which I'll have to check back in on, see the progress on that one. But they use the same logic. So that same toxic logic is behind all feminists, whether they're based or whether they're LaRonda. So just because there's an outcome that they can say, oh, well, we have statistics. So the statistics show it's not equal. Therefore, you are systemically discriminatory. That's bullshit. That doesn't make sense in the English language. To systemically discriminate means I am going through and committing a pogrom. I'm speaking German in 1940. That's systematic, okay? I'm up in Rwanda, possibly in a hotel. I'm in South Sudan. That's systematic. Not, well, there's a percent, a small fraction of a percent, or a small percent chance. That's not systematic. I like that quote. Sanitary Cockroach, that's a good one. Lies, damn lies, and statistics. Very good quote. Very good quote. So let's continue here. This pay disparity is not based, according to, I'm reading the complaint now, okay? This is a pertinent part. It's not based on legitimate factors. It is based on sex. By the way, we're going to find out what they mean by legitimate factors. So what are the factors that they think that you can use for differentiating in wage? Because the thing is, the commies, they only want very specific criteria. The commies only want certain things to apply when it comes to your wage. We're going to look at this. This is what the commies in California want. Very specific things. Just watch. Skull Leader says, doesn't discrimination require intent? No, it does not. It does not. Disparate impact analysis does not require intent. So, with less than 1 in a billion chance, it occurred absent discrimination. This class as a whole was deprived of $150 million in wages. Because of the common practice, it caused a disparate impact on women. It violated California's Equal Pay Act, which does not require plaintiffs to identify the cause of the disparities. Look at this. This is it right here. All you have to do in California is identify that women are paid less for a similar job. That's it. Women are, and based on the factors that they determine to be legitimate in California. So they're trying to certify a class and sue Disney for sex discrimination. So they're going to talk about Disney as an integrated enterprise. So obviously Disney works together, right? And what they do is they classify jobs into things called job families and job levels. Okay? So in their mind, if you classify it in a job, family, and level, that's okay. That's the only thing you look at is, okay, is the same level and family. Now, it can still be a different job if it's in the same job family. But we don't know what a job family is. See, for example, let's say they consider a mechanic a job family. And there's two different types of mechanics. And one is working on a very complex, let's say animatronics, right? And the other one is working on something extraordinarily simple. A basic widget, let's call it, the basic widget mechanic. Well, these super complex animatronic mechanics should make more. But oh, they're in the same family. And oh, they're at the same level because they've been there for the same amount of years. All they want is a general category and a level which is often based on years, on seniority. So a pure seniority, a pure time ass in the seat doing jack shit. See, mind you, what's not considered here is performance. They do not consider performance at all. People say the McDonald's shake machine mixer. Okay, the McDonald's shake machine mixer versus the electronics. I got you guys. People are very, 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 very passionate about the McDonald's shake machine. Look, I like shakes too. Milkshakes do bring all the boys to the yard. It is true. So they're saying that throughout this system of job families and levels, women ended up having gender pay disparities as a whole. So, okay, Disney has a centralized compensation system. Most people do. This is HR. So this is what HR does. You know how many Karens work in the HR department in Disney? So many. So many. And they established this centrally. So obviously they centralize this. Obviously, these are all professional, HR professionals, right? They've done the SHRM, the HR management certifications. And yes, I know about all those certifications. I worked in a city, and oftentimes the public employees get these certifications as well. So there's official HR badges they can get. So they've got all those. And they centralize the system. So there are protocols. So listen to what they have here at Disney. They have company-wide compensation philosophy. I love how they make it into a philosophy. When did pay become a philosophy? Here's the philosophy. Here's your philosophy for pay. And this is what I would advocate for. And by the way, guys, I was in-house counsel for a very large corporation for several years. Here's my philosophy. Are you making money for the corporation? If you are making money for the corporation, you get paid more. If you are saving money for the corporation, you get paid more. If you are working hard as hell, you get paid more. If you are slacking, you either get your pay cut or you are fired. No time for slackers. Suffer none of the laggards and the slackers. Get your shit together or get on the road. There's no entitlement here. There's no ass in the seat time. There's what have you done for me lately? We need to get back to that. Back to work is work. Work is doing shit. Work is making money. You're not doing it, you cut, you're out. But instead we got equity. And by the way, equity is part of their strategy, their centralized strategy. So look, protocols and data for benchmarking jobs, salary structures and hiring ranges. And then here we go. Here it is, guys. Conducting enterprise-wide pay equity analysis. Pay equity analysis. Establishing guidelines for compensation decisions. And last, look at this. Developing consistent pay equity practices. They have equity as part of their process. And understand, we all know that equity is not equality. It is not fairness at all. Not even close. And yes, WD Daisy, I can't fat shame better than Nick because Nick is a fat fuck. So how can he pot call the kettle black? Just saying. Just saying. That gunt is real. That gunt is real. The Ricada gunt is real. I'm going to bench him at Matsuri. It's a fucking twig. All right. So they've got equity baked into their philosophy. That's part of what they do. And look at what they do here. In 2015 and 2017, they have 2 company-wide pay audits. By the way, most of these analyses, and these are redacted by the court, mind you, but most of these equity audits, they usually reveal in most companies nowadays that men are being paid less than women. So most of these equity audits, when you actually do them, because they've overcompensated, they're usually discriminating against men. Ray Robinson, you skipped the part that union jobs are not included. No, that's okay. I get that's important, but here's the point here, Ray, is that this delusional thinking on a broader scale is going to go out to union and non-union states, companies, industries. This is not going to be limited. This sort of thinking about disparate impact is not limited whether you're union or non-union. That's not going to be the splitting the hair here. A union is not going to save you from woke bullshit. In fact, unions bring on a lot of other issues. We've seen that. So I don't think union or non-union changes the bigger picture. My thought here. So, job functions and families. So, this is kind of covered up and redacted here. But these are just general salary and grade ranges. They are not specific jobs. So once again, different jobs, the animatronics mechanic versus the shake machine mechanic. They can fall in the same category, but one could require much more certifications. It can be much harder. We don't know. So they got career bands, they got a system to determine pay range, right? They're saying the work is substantially similar. That's not such a high barrier. But where we want to get right here, is to the factual findings. When we scroll down and we go to, okay, where is the findings? Actually, first of all, the process for process for compensation. Let's go with that before the actual findings. So just so you know, the annual compensation review, this is actually really important. So this is how Disney determines who gets a raise, the ACP process, okay? So in this ACP process, their bosses, the team leaders, give recommendations for who should be paid what, right? So then they sort employees into 3 categories. Top performers, inconsistent performers, or neither. So the people who are working hard, who are not working hard, or neither. So, you're going to say, look, they have pay for performance. But guess what happens to that? They take that and they neuter it. They neuter it by, after they determine who's working hard and who's not, guess what they do? An equity review, which includes looking at gender. So only the top performing females get a bonus. Only the top performing minorities get a bonus. Because they can't have Chad. They can't have Blake. They can't even have Tyrone getting that raise. No, no, no. It's got to be LaRonda. It's got to be Karen. Pookie and Ray Ray are not getting that bump. They've got to make sure that the performers, that the ones they are celebrating, that are saying, oh, they're so hardworking, employee of the month has to have some color, has to have a bonus hole, has to be a birthing person. Yeah, Tank Rat. This is some communist BS. This is real. When I try, see guys, when I get worked up, when I was in-house, this is why I'm trying to show you how they do this thing in type companies. This is bigger than what's going on in the courtroom. This stuff rarely comes up. Rarely comes up. But this is what's going on in corporate America, and this is what's destroying America. Equity reviews are what's rotting away at American corporate and why they are doomed. Any corporation following this model is doomed. And frankly, because most large corporations follow this model, they're kind of screwed. Small businesses, you'll do all right. Starting your own business, being an entrepreneur, having a small business, maybe medium-sized business, you'll be fine. But these big businesses are just, they're done for. They are done for. So there's all this oversight. All this oversight. Here we go. Here's the findings. Okay, let's jump right into it. I want you guys to really focus on this. I'm going to zoom in again because I really want you to see this. Actually, I'll zoom out one more time. Okay. Labor economist David Newmark used the well-accepted multiple regression to control for certain variables such as job level. So once again, his little regression is only controlling for job level. This is what the woke mob, when they say pay gap, they only control by job level, by where they're at in terms of their seniority, how long they've been there. And then they pull out gender. And of course, like, oh no, not the multiple regression. Dude, I was doing multiple regressions in Excel. They're not great. You can prove anything with a regression. I guarantee you, give me the data, I can prove that men are getting paid less. If you let me splice that data. That being said, so he controlled for job level, function, or family and tenure. This is all they care about. This is what the commies care about. They say, oh, other factors that can impact pay, but they don't mention them, which means this is all they really cared about. If they actually mattered, they would mention them. But they don't. And look at the huge gap. Guys, here's the systematic gap. This massive gulf is 2%. So even looking at the data in this biased, horrible manner, and they get 2% less. They are suing over that because it is statistically significant. This is enough. 2% is good enough in California. This is what we're talking about here. This is our battle. After all this, after you massage the data, you only get 2%? This is pathetic. This is why California is screwed. This is good enough for a claim in California. Yeah, they're providing evidence. They're looking like the gap should be 20%, 40%, 50%, 2x, 3x. 2%? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Holy shit. Dave says, I'm glad I'm disabled. I would last a minute at a modern workplace. Dude, you dodged a bullet, my friend. Although I hope you're doing all right. And thank you for tuning in. By the way, guys, we got 590 people watching and only 290 likes. Guys, please smash the like button. Let's get up to 350. Give me the tree fitty. We can hit tree fitty. I know we can do it. Whether you're on your phone or anywhere else. Brandon, I see you in the chat, Brandon, trolling. But lawyer math, it can work sometimes. but my Excel knowledge is the real deadly part. I mostly just count numbers. Dollars make sense to me. So income practices that cause pay disparities. So Disney considered salary and setting pays for new hires and salary expectations. So they're really suing over this gap of 2% at a whole, 2.8%. Oh, look at this, 2.8% for new hires. This is what we are talking about. And this prior gap they found in 2017 was 4.36. So they actually dropped. Over time, they dropped their percentage. Judge's wife must tell him that 2 is a big number. Maybe. We'll see. Robert Frey says, I live in SoCal. It's mostly LA and San Francisco. I'm going to make the argument here. That all of California is affected by it. You just don't notice it. Let me put it this way, Robert. And I'll highlight this comment. Because a lot of people don't notice this, but when you're in a blue state, particularly, and in that, even the right areas are more left, right? So even the Republicans in California are more left sometimes than the Democrats, let's say, in Texas or in a more conservative state, Florida, for example. That can affect the general populace. But I get what you're saying. Look, there are nice areas when you're out in the cut. The problem is they're under Newsom's boot. They're under California law. That's the problem. Even the areas that are removed from that craziness are under the same law. So that's what we got here, guys. And that's the crux of this lawsuit when we get down to it. In trying to certify a class, they're saying this is substantially similar work and it is a lot less. Complete and utter BS. But here's what my thoughts are, though. I fully support these proud queens in their lawsuit against Disney. And I do hope they prevail with a massive settlement. Because this is pretty much a get woke, go broke, kowtow, bend the knee, and this is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get. LaRonda, the German Shepherd, is going to blow you out of the water. Tate Grad says, I bet the numbers 2 and 4% is more percent men working overtime than women. Yes. If that was controlled for, why not mention it? If they were controlling for productivity, overtime, intense job intensity, yeah, that would definitely eliminate that. And probably men would be underpaid. When you really look into it, men are often underpaid. Most corporations that do an honest examination will find that men are being underpaid. They're way more productive hour per hour. Now, that being said, I do know some hardworking ladies, right? But we're talking generalisms here. Ladies, you're very good at certain things. In fact, I actually truly believe in blue jobs and pink jobs, if you guys know about that. For example, nurses. I think that's a pink job. I think that's a job that the ladies tend to be very good at because they're very good with people, very good with social interactions, very good with caring. I think there'd be a lot more dead people if men were nurses, if all men were nurses. Yeah, there's also other things you have to control for, like men quitting, exactly. And females never quitting, right? So women just sitting in the office and being mediocre, got to control for that. And once again, a lot of the hardworking ladies out there, a lot of you hardworking ladies and you based ladies out there, you leave and you start your own corporations. You leave and you start your own businesses. You're entrepreneurs. You're working for yourself, or you're supporting your husbands or supporting your families. You know, the smart ladies are not sitting in corporate, are not sitting in the corporate office. Those are the ones that are on the dole, that just want to get that steady little paycheck. They just want daddy to go in and pay them. This is a good one. C3 Metal says here over on Locals, I can refill whiskey glasses, do dishes, cook actual food, and make sandwiches. That is absolutely, these are absolutely whiskey, dishes, cooking, and sandwiches. Those are the prime jobs. Those are prime jobs for ladies. And they're rare nowadays. But yeah, thank you, Tank Rap, for these super chats. Appreciate you. The real jobs here. Vibe AI sent a member chat for 6 months, says, oh, I hate the corporate emails. Join us, Asian, women, trans, etc. in the workforce presentation online meetings with reward points for attending. That is the worst. That is absolutely the worst. But appreciate you and appreciate your member chat here, Vibe AI. Just posted it so y'all can see it. Absolute BS. Absolute BS. But it's only going to get worse, guys. It is only going to get worse. That being said, Disney is in big trouble. They're in big trouble. Dial of Destiny tanked. That's a huge, huge, huge fail. And they're going to see a lot of pushback in the courtroom. They're going to have this case, the shareholder lawsuit. So let's say they settle this one. Let's say conservatively, they want to come to a settlement on this one. This is $300 million, okay? They're going to probably settle it. Where would they settle it at? I'm thinking a tenth. So somewhere in the 30 million range. That's still going to be a struggle for them. That's still a lot of money. Right now, they can't just be handing out $30 billion checks. And with Indiana Jones losing money, putting them in the hole, these guys are going deeper and deeper and deeper. As my boy Valiant Renegade covered, they're now over a billion back in just the movies from the past year. This is going to be deep. Yeah, I think 30 million is a pretty good prediction for a settlement. A pretty good prediction for the settlement. Probably what they'll end up settling at, because this is one they're going to want to settle. It just doesn't look good for them. It doesn't look good for them not being woke enough. And this is the thing. Whenever you start going down the woke train, the virtue signaling train, you have to bend the knee. As a corporation, you always have to bend the knee, no matter what. You can never be woke enough that you can't bend the knee. And it is sad, because I love the old Indiana Jones. But guess what? The old Indiana Jones will always be alive with me. The Last Crusade, Raiders of the Lost Ark, even Temple of Doom. I will stand for Temple of Doom. Crystal Skull, nah. And definitely not whatever the hell this is. But Dial of Destiny. We're not dealing with that. We're not dealing with that. And once again, this is a pattern from Disney. It's a downhill pattern from Disney. So guys, let's talk a little bit about, now we're going to go a little bit off topic here, but I do want to hit on real quick on this. One of the cases that I'm not going to cover in a separate video, but I do think it's the same reread generation that honestly works for Disney. The very entitled generation that I know works for Disney, because Disney does not pay well. People work for Disney just to work for Disney. But that is the Supreme Court decision regarding student loans. So 6-3 decision blowing out the Biden plan for student loan forgiveness to give everybody student loan forgiveness. Obviously, Biden was trying to do that in advance of the election season. However, what he had there and was doing there was a complete overreach, was completely beyond what was authorized by Congress, what was allowed. And this example of government overreach, executive overreach, I love how it mirrors the corporate overreach. Both corporations and the president, right? Both think they have this unchecked power. You see it in Disney, right? When they're overreaching in places like Florida, thinking they are the government, they are the law. And you see it with the president thinking, oh yeah, executive orders, yeah, I can just circumvent the people. I can circumvent the process. Well, no, you can't do that. And so clawing back on that, I think, has been great. Now they're going to try to do some other BS to get through their agenda to please the kids that have gone to university, taken out wildly too many loans, and can never pay them back. Matt Hatter said, I have 60K in student debt and can't find a job. This would have only covered 20K anyways. Yeah. And look, I understand that a lot of people have it, and a lot of people were hoodwinked by it. Shit, I'll tell you guys, I was hoodwinked by it. The promises that they delivered to you when you first go to college, even for a bachelor's degree, what they promised after a bachelor's degree was BS. I got a master's degree. I was promised something after a master's degree. Now, I had a scholarship in my master's degree. I only ever had to borrow for law school. But the amount that they say you will make out of these universities should be criminal. The advertising, the false advertising, should be a deceptive practice at this point. Saying, oh yeah, you'll make 6 figures coming out with a master's degree. Knowing that folks are making $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year, and they'd be better off working for Hunch the Dirty Roofer. In fact, Hunch said the other day he makes more as a roofing superintendent than he did with his college degree. Yes, I prefer when people call me Master Mindset. That's actually it's actually a good one. It's actually quite good one. Marty McGill says, hope you feel better. Disney sucks. Yeah, a little bit of a mess with the throat, So gonna take some recovery time and try to take it easy. Not stream for 62 hours like Nick with his gunt. But that being said, appreciate it. Hopefully I get over it pretty soon. Master Mindset is legal now. That's good. But yeah, that's my take on that case. I think that came out right. And I think that we've had some really good Supreme Court decisions lately. And I will be covering the affirmative action case very soon. I'm going to have a separate video out just on that and the crazy woke meltdown that has come from that. So, yeah, that's what we got today. Guys, C3 Metal says over here on Locals, says, wait, I can call you Master Mindset and wear Disney ears and get a spanking? You're going to require more than a $5 tip for that, C3 Metal, but sure. You can call me Master. I will allow it. This is not Song of the South. You will not be taken back. I'm joking. Song of the South was actually in the post-war era, set in the post-war era. Why are people making up 303 creative in a fake case? Plaintiffs can sue preemptively if they want, right? Virginia tried to stop NAACP with chancery laws in the 50s. I would have to look more into that, my friend. I actually don't know about Virginia with the chancery laws in the 50s. I don't know about that. I have to look into that part. But I will say this. People are throwing out more BS frivolous cases nowadays. They feel entitled and emboldened to do that. Lawfare is definitely a thing. That's why, frankly, we are a thing on YouTube, is because nobody is covering these cases correctly. Nobody is analyzing them correctly. The only place you are getting this analysis is right here on YouTube. And that's why I hope you guys are subscribed. I hope you guys like this video. And don't just follow me. Follow your other favorite legal creators, whoever they are, and your other people who are covering topics you care about. So if you care about Disney a lot, yeah, follow WW Pro, Valiant Renegade, all these other guys, Jonas J. Campbell, follow those guys. If you like, in-depth trial coverage, you can follow Nick. You can follow Legal Vices, my buddy Jeff. Follow who you want, because these people are telling you the truth. Everybody else is out there lying to you on a consistent basis. And welcome Emperor Palpatine as a new member of the RPG. You are very much welcome in the RPG and the Repeal Gling, and we appreciate all the new members to the RPG. And now we got a members chat from Dr. Cock McLonger Balls, PhD, who says he's been a member for 9 months of the Base Legal Mindset. He says, Halabala, giving you 9 long, hard, thick months. Appreciate you. And guys, you also get those free members chats. So if you're a member, hey, use those members chats. Use them. Don't lose them. Use them. So shout out to Emperor Palpatine. And then Roy Robertson says, I recall you talking about the other night about woke corporations wanting ultimate power. This can only result in rollerball. Also, drink more orange juice. I will. I'm going to get some fresh orange juice, also some fresh mango. Oh, man, I love it. In Thailand, you get the best fresh mango. There's a baller mango stand right outside my place. I'm going to get some fresh mango, some orange juice. It's going to be great. There's a place out here that makes it fresh, straight fresh. So, and it's under $1. It's fantastic. So I'm going to be out there getting some fresh orange juice soon. Thank you so much for the support, and thank you for helping me out here in the chat. Obviously, I can only do this because of you guys' support, and only do this full time because of you guys, and because we're so freaking successful. 500 people in the chat, and we got 400 likes. Appreciate y'all. If you want to hit the like button, that is very, very, very much appreciated. Also was going to bring up one other thing. It's not just corporations wanting ultimate power. They want to be above the law. They really want to be above the law. That's what I really hate, is that they right now are trying to seize this ultimate power. They're trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet. And that's what we got to watch for. That's what we got to stay on top of. And that's what on my channel I'm always going to stay on top of. And I will do that with collaboration of my fellow lawyers. By the way, I want to say something real quick. There were some people in the chat, in the comments. So I made a clip and I was talking about Viva's interview of Eric Hunley, right? And there were some people in the chat that were like, well, you shouldn't make fun of Viva's hair, because I made some comment like, hey, who's this guy with the weird hair? And it's like, dude, everybody makes fun of Viva, and Viva is my friend. Friends bust each other's balls. So for all those people out there who are maybe got a little bit too much of the tism, that's what you do about your friends. I make fun of Nick Rekieta's Gunt because Nick is my homie. And Viva is a great guy. He's my friend. I make fun of his hair. He can make fun of me for whatever else. My penguin waddle, whatever. Maybe I've got a weird haircut that day. Maybe I look like an FBI agent. Whatever else. That's funny. I think it's hilarious. Come at me, bro. Yeah, and people say Viva makes fun of Viva. It's everyone say that. Viva makes fun of Viva. Viva makes fun of his hair. Viva has a brilliant mane. Guys, gotta learn a sense of humor. This is for people in the comments that just have a little bit too much of the tism. Just calm down. We're all having fun here. That's what this is about. And that's why I love doing this day to day. And even when I'm sick, I get the energy. I get the juju. I get my mojo up to do this for you guys. I'm going to do a little casual local live stream after this. Very, very casual, very quick. So guys, if you want to do that, hop over to legalmindset.locals.com. That's my private community. Also, I will have some announcements there as well. So hop over there for that little quick locals live stream. And I'm going to get some orange juice. I'm going to get some mangoes and be about my way. So that's saying, guys, appreciate y'all. Love you long time. And I will catch you later. Smash the like button on the way out. Peace.